Hello, my name's Will, and I talk a lot about staff safety. And in this video, I want to talk about something that a lot of my clients are asking me to basically come in, design, implement, and train the staff on. And it's a subject that not many people in the workplace violence world will probably know that we in Quell get involved in. And because it's a lot to do with, well, part of the element of security within the company. And what I'm going to talk about is Marauding Terrorist Attacks. Now, strong title, as I'm sure you're aware, and I'm sure there's loads of videos that of people making them that will probably go in more detail than what I will do. There's also hundreds of booklets I've seen now, having a quick look around again, of people that are making you manuals and directives and instructions. And what I say to my clients is because I've been doing this for a while, is like, even 5 months ago, I did videos on soft lockdowns and hard lockdowns. And in the security industry authority that we've worked within, they've been talking about it over the past few years. But some of my clients want to know what it means, because it's a very strong title, isn't it? Marauding. And then the word terrorists. And then the word attack all makes it project some image in your head of horrifying events, which is true, because a marauding terrorist attack is classed as someone that's using a vehicle, or some people, or weapons, which are knives, which is most commonly used within the shores of the UK, or a weapon in the sense of guns or knives, like I've said, and they're attacking a group of individuals or people, mostly populated areas. And what my clients are doing now is they're asking, well, what should we do if it happens? I'm going, well, okay, well, let's look at the risk value. Let's look at, have we got measures in place? Can we lock the building down? Can we lock it down in a hard lockdown or a soft lockdown? Which, if you go back, I'll put a link into it that you can see. I also then talk to the staff and I say, right, well, what are we going to do? And I get them to give me ideas as well, because if they think of the ideas themselves and, well, let's say there's 70% there, well, I mean, I've done a lot of the part of the job, haven't you? Think about it, because they've got their idea of what they're going to do. So then I talk about, well, let's talk about different ways of doing it. So we've got to basically, in the sense of run, so we've got to, where do we go? So I talk to a lot of my clients and say, well, where are we going to go? I'm not being funny. It's easy everyone saying run, because I've seen the adverts and I've read the, where do we run to? Where are we exactly going to go? How do we go upstairs? Do we go downstairs? Some people say, oh, you go down, but if the terrorists are downstairs, well, you're going to run into them, aren't you? Is there a secure area? Can you get into a different part of the building? Can you leave the building? Or if you're in a coveted area, where do you go to? In a sense of, where's our safe zones? So then we clear that up. So I work with the company and go, right, this is going to be in the sense of our direction that we're all going to go to. Then I talk about, well, okay, then, how do we hide? And they laugh at me and they go, well, okay, then we hide under the table. That doesn't really work like that. People have a sense of humour sometimes, but when we bring in the realism of it all, they go, right, I get it. Do we hide in a room? Do we secure the room? Do we put something behind the room? Can we lock the door? Do we do the basics of turn our mobile phones on silent if someone's going around the building or the premises that we're on? So what do we actually do? It's easy saying hide, but where do we hide? So we've done our run, we've moved around or moved somewhere to a safe location, and we're going to hide now. How are we going to hide in that location? Are we going to, like I said, can we be seen in through any windows or doors? Can we secure the room? Have we done the basics of turning your phone on silent? And then the last element, which is, well, we do the tell, isn't it? You know what I mean? So who do we call in the sense of, yes, the police, but do we ring other colleagues and say to them, don't enter back into the premises? What do we actually do? What's the systematic route of what we're all going to do to make sure we're safe? Again, my clients are all for this now. They're all going, right, well, we're coming out of the pandemic and we've switched from the fear of the pandemic and the lockdown and the soft lockdowns that we use for the pandemic and the organisations I work with, and now we're looking over here to the terrorism. But what I try to do is don't scare people. I don't want to do that. I want to put the realism in it. I want to make sure that they understand what they're doing. But I say, look, let's sit down and think, right, what are we going to do if something happens? But not only that, what are we going to do that's effective? It's easy to put up all these signs and come up with all these systems, but do they actually work? So again, we go through the basics, and my clients, I'm going to ask to rewatch these videos. We put a system in place that all the staff know in the event of a serious incident. How are they alerted? How are we going to have a soft lockdown? Are we going to have a hard lockdown? How are the staff, where they're going to run, where they're going to hide? And then how are they going to inform other, not only, like I said, the police, but other staff members that could be outside the building, if it's on, say, a break or something like that. Again, please, 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 if you've got a concern with it, go on to the government websites. There's loads of information, handouts, videos, explain it all. But realistically, yes, get the pointers, but then devise it and design it to make sure it meets your requirements of your organisation. And if in doubt, as always, please get in touch with us through our various social medias or come direct to us at Quell Training and ask us about if your policy and procedures are effective at the moment. Because no one can ever really preempt. We know there's a risk, but doing something to reduce the risk is the most important thing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe whatever you're doing. Please keep giving me ideas, and the more ideas I'll get, and if I get enough on the collective part, I'll then make a short video about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe again, and bye for now.